To them, it's a blood sacrifice. It's human sacrifice. It's part of the Satanist religion. All right, let's go to Carol in Texas. Carol, you're on InfoWars Sunday Night Live. Go ahead.
Hey, everyone, how's it going?
Hello. Good. Thank you for calling.
And I would like to wish all those InfoWars mamas a happy Mother's Day. Karen, Christy Lee, Phyllis. Hope you all have a wonderful Mother's Day.
Thank you.
And I got to tell you, why are the Democrats choosing abortion as their hill to die on? Pun intended. You think they would learn after, masking our kids, You think they would learn?
Well, I can answer your question, Carol. Let me answer your question, because they have nothing else. They're just, imagine you just have a list of like Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, Plan D, Plan E, Plan F. Like, they're just going down the list and they got nothing. They're exhausted. Again, I mean, let's run through it. Let's run on the success of the Biden presidency and the Biden agenda. Nope, can't do that. Let's run on the foreign policy and peace on the planet. Oh, no, can't do that. Let's run on the economy and how good the economy has been, and prices going down and taxes going down. Oh, boy, well, can't do that. Let's run on public safety and how we're good with protecting the people. Oh, crime rate skyrocketing. Can't do that. Let's run on public education. Oh, that's been a disaster. Can't run on that. Let's go for abortion. So they're on abortion. It's not going to work, and they're going to have to move on to something else. I can't even fathom what they can come up with next.
Me neither. I mean, let's face it. Those chicks that you were trying to get through to, they have more facial hair than you. Okay?
Well, I mean,
who the heck would want to conceive with them anyway?
Nobody's. That's the big joke. Oh, we're going on a sex strike. Okay, congrats. Good for you. Please continue.
Exactly. I mean, my God, I just don't get it. It's like you would think genocide would be enough for these people, but now they want infanticide? Oh, no. Not on my watch, not on your watch. I mean, I think those crazy chicks over there, they OD'd on magnesium. They need to be on magnesium and straighten their lives out,
Magnesium. They've overdosed on magnesium.
They did? Oh, my God. I mean, and if I can end with a quote by the great Shooter Denny, and his one song, "Killing for Peace" is like brewing for chastity. I mean, what the only thing we're going to put to stop these people are good, Christ-fearing, Americans. I mean, there are women out there who would love to be mothers who can't, and these women are just throwing it around, thinking it's like,
And see, and that's where I'd actually like a discussion to be had. Because they want to say, I mean, they literally argue that it would be better for their kid to be dead than be an orphan. Okay, well, fine. Let's start from that ground then and say, so the orphan system is clearly broken. The adoption system has its problems. I mean, I don't think anybody is arguing that that's not the case. So let's try to fix that. Let's try to make the adoption system better. Let's try to make orphanages better. We just spent $50 billion. 50,000. Look at me, I'm a chump. We just spent $50 billion on a war in Ukraine. You know that money's all getting stolen and laundered right back to probably politicians and their friends. I mean, imagine we implanted $50 billion into orphanages or the adoption programs. Boy, that'd be nice. But no. It's all about war. So there's real things we could do, and then maybe they would feel like it wouldn't be better to die than be an orphan. But they don't actually believe that. Again, these are all lies that they tell themselves and that they tell others.
It's like you can't ever look at yourself in the mirror again after you willingly killed somebody on purpose. You can't. I mean, and not that I ever would, but I mean, I'm a proud aunt. I'm a proud aunt too, and I don't know what I'd ever do without my two nephews. I mean, they're the promise of the world. Why are they trying to kill the promise of the world? Children are the only people going to fix this world, Well,
and they have no self-awareness either. They really believe they have the moral high ground. Or like Yamich Al-Sindor, the MSNBC correspondent, says, when we heard about the leak, it was like somebody in the room had died. Like, do you even listen to yourselves?
I don't think they do. It's like that episode of South Park, where the Broflovskis moved to San Francisco and they like to smell their own fart. I mean, really, the
Smug Alert. Yeah, it's a classic. Smug Alert.
Yep. It is. And, South Park nails it every time.
It is really amazing how ahead of its time. I mean, they're always fair with their comedy. They attack all angles. but there were certain stuff like they were ahead of the women competing in or men competing in women's sports issues. They were perfect timing on that, just ahead of it. They had Mr. and Mrs. Garrison confusing what a man and a woman is long before that became a thing too. And so they were really ahead of all of it. Matt Stone and Trey Parker are true comedic geniuses.
They are, and that's why this show is timeless, and it beats The Simpsons 10 over. It does. I hate The Simpsons.
I can't believe that. I mean, South Park is on like its 25th season or something, and I guess they're like grandfather claused in since they've been around since the 90s, because a lot of the stuff they would do, obviously, nobody else could probably do. Yes, there's liberals sniffing their own farts there, depicted in South Park, probably in like 2008 or so.
I mean, they're the only ones keeping Comedy Central in business,
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I don't know anything else Comedy Central puts out anymore that's funny or worthwhile.
Certainly not that Trevor Noah. Oh, he gets on my nerves.
No.
Where was Will Smith? You should have slapped him,
Well, Carol, anything else?
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, thank you for calling.